Cevicherias abound in Peru as places to share life, sea, nature, culture, and friendship. And at Andrew's spot, all of these elements come together in a San Francisco location that wows. On Pier 1.5, it's called Lamar.
We go through a ton of lime here. We freshly squeeze everything, both at the bar and in the kitchen, to make the leche de tigres for the ceviches, as well as all the drinks that we make at the bar, including obviously the thousands of pisco sours that we make every week. My name is Gabrielle Originario. I'm the general manager of Lamar Cevicheria in San Francisco. Lamar originally started in Lima about 10 years ago. Once you experience, Peruvian food, you really discover like a new culinary experience you never had before.
My name is Danny Cole, and I'm the executive chef at Lamar Cevicheria. I born and raised in Peru. It's a tradition of my family, they're all cooks. Peruvian food has a lot of influence, Chinese influence, Japanese, Spain, Italy. That makes Peruvian food very rich and a good blend of everything. Every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, we got our fresh fish from the Pier 35, which is a few blocks from here, and we have our own butchers.
We work together with the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and we follow the month-to-month guidelines that we receive from them. I love working here because the festive environment, obviously the food. When I went to Lima, Peru, I was so pleased to see that the food that we make here in San Francisco is just as good as at Lamar in Lima.
Andrew, let's talk ceviche.
I don't go out and do a lot of fine dining, but after I had a friend take me to Lamar, I've been back many times since because the ceviche was so fresh and delicious and the flavors were outstanding. I always like to kick off my dining experience at Lamar with the Ceviche Mixto. You get to try 4 different ceviches, everything from like a Mexican-inspired ceviche, which has an avocado in it and some jalapeno, to a Japanese-inspired ceviche, which has more Japanese sushi-type flavors. But all of the ceviches, to me, are delicious. It's one of my favorite things to eat. If it were served in buckets, I would probably order a bucket.
You strike me as a leche de tigre sort of guy.
Yeah, I am a fan of the milk of the tiger, Leslie. So leche de tigre is the base that they use to marinate the fish
to
and
cook
the ceviche.
The fish, essentially. It's raw fish, ceviche, cooked in those citrus juices.
Yeah, the citrus juice cooks the fish.
The way they are marinated is just out of this world. It really tickles your taste buds. We had ceviche Nico. It was wonderful. It was ahi tuna with Japanese cucumbers and daikon and a fine sauce. There was a little sweetness to it, which was really great.
It has almost like a little bit of a tangerine taste to it. Yeah.
I had an interesting dining experience there. Walking in, great place, Pier 1.5. Huge. Tremendous setting, terrazzo floors, high ceilings, view of the bay. We start out with the plantain chips they bring to the table with 2 sauces. One's orange, one's yellow.
Yeah, sweet potato.
I like the orange one better. It was a little bit spicy. That was cool. We had a crab potato dish that was nice. Cold Yukon Gold pressed potatoes with Dungeness crab on top. Just rich enough, just light enough to get it started, along with the plantain. The waitress explained the menu. I was still a little bit confused, so I figured I'll just roll the dice. I kind of like this, I kind of like that. Ordered a crispy noodle dish that's a vegan base, and then we added seafood to it with quinoa. That thing was not happening.
You didn't
smelled like
quinoa.
when my
You're
wife burns the microwave popcorn.
Let's face the facts, Danny. When you roll into a restaurant, you try to combine the vegan with the seafood. That's like trying to bring the crane and tiger styles of kung fu together.
Exactly.
I don't know.
You
if
like
that's
the milk of the
gonna work
tiger. I like the eye of the tiger.
Fair enough.
See, guys, let's call it a day, right?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Call it a stand-up. All right, on that one.
Next time I got to bring. Andrew has to bring me.
You have to go with Andrew.
The tiger.
That's right.
Andrew
he owes
the tiger.
somebody.
I'll bring the crane.
Okay.
All right.
And I have to say, now Lamar has outposts all over the world. Really, the owner started this in Peru, but in Chile and Brazil. And I have to say, I had the best pisco sour of my life in the Santiago Lamar. So you have
the bar is incredible. I mean, walking in the bar.
In this bar,
I'm going back to post up at the bar.
Right.
For
I
sure.
mean, I'll throw that out there.
The bar is incredible.
Yeah, they have a beautiful bar.
People, hipsters, music.
Maria, what else did you have beside the ceviche? And
well, we had a salad. The way the little pieces of vegetables were hidden in the greenery was just wonderful. And then we also had pescado, which is a yellowtail tuna on skewers served over beans and Peruvian corn. And that was quite fascinating and very tasty.
The paella dish, I think it's called a Rose Lamar. and it was amazing, and it had so much seafood, and it was so flavorful. I loved it. They have a Lomo Saltado, which is kind of a stir-fried ribeye, big chunks of ribeye, seared to perfection, medium rare on the inside, so yielded to the knife nicely, and perfectly complemented by the jus and hunks of fried potato.
The pièce de résistance was the dessert. Mezza morita. It had a base made of oats, quinoa, and almond paste. And on that were fruits. It's almost hard to describe.
I want it
Ice
now.
cream
You're
with
making me
it.
wish
I
I
want
tried
it
it,
now.
Maria.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that one on the menu.
It was absolutely magnificent. I wanted to be sure to present it because it was so
Everybody should order
special.
that.
I believe this dish was like Quattro Leche Helado or something like that. It was a 4-milk ice cream, and it had a rice foam on top of it. And who doesn't love a good rice foam? And it was more icy than it was creamy, and it tasted a lot like an ice cream version of horchata. It was a really nice, light way to top off a delicious meal for me.
I describe them as pumpkin onion rings. They look like onion rings, 3 or 4 of them on a plate with a honey brown sugar sauce, dusted with some powdered sugar. They were super tasty.
I love it. And what about service?
I thought the service was very good. The people were friendly. That wasn't really an issue at all. Maybe a little bit more time having the server explain the menu to someone who's there for the first time.
At the place called Lamar, the sea, I think maybe stick to the seafood.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. It's your restaurant, so give us a quick summary.
I love it. Go-to place for ceviche in San Francisco. Awesome service, great ambiance.
Okay, Maria.
It's authentic Peruvian dishes, especially with ceviches.
All right, and Danny.
Beautiful location, beautiful bar, great desserts. I'm gonna give it another try.
Excellent. If you would like to try Lamar, it's on Pier 1.5 on the Embarcadero in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-397-8880. It's open for lunch and dinner every day with brunch on the weekends. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab for dinner without drinks is around $40.